Alright, real quick then, magnetic declination map, but we're just looking at the North Pole, the magnetic North Pole. Okay, alright, roughly 1800, let's go forward 100 years roughly. Alright, move to the east there, alright, and let's go to 1950, alright, it's gone to 1970s, right. Yeah, and then it starts moving north, 1960, and it's 1980 something, it's on the move, yeah. Let's just go, jump forward, 1990, yeah, jump forward 10 years, see. Oh, so it's in the sea all of a sudden. Alright, 5 years, another 5 years, and then let's just go to today, yeah. Oh, and it's way off. Okay, so there you go. This isn't how creation's supposed to be. These are the high priests of Satan have been fiddling with it. They have destroyed creation, and that's the proof, I guess. Okay, Isaiah 30:26. Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, super bright every night when you can see it, when there aren't chem clouds around. And the light of the sun shall be sevenfold as the light of 7 days. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, the sun is getting brighter and glaring and hot and blinding. I don't know. In the day that the Lord bindeth up and the breach of his people, and healeth the stroke of their wound. Right, that's a good thing. So it's a good thing that it's all over, because that means God's going to heal our wound, which is what Satan inflicted us with. We're cut off from our Creator, and He's going to take us away from here. You know, because we are spirits. We are not these fleshy bodies. Sorry, you're not on a ball, and you haven't evolved from, you know, like a rock from the Big Bang, which suddenly turned into proteins. You know, all the whole bollocks story. It's nonsense. Okay, that's a lie, and they're lying right until the very end. That's what the so-called geoengineering is. Yeah, they've broken creation. All right, and they're forcing the weather patterns as much as possible. And you imagine that they're even using ice nucleation to freeze air and all that. Yeah. Because it's all out of whack now. It's being destroyed right now, and that's it. They're hiding the fact they have destroyed it, and they're also pulling the wool over all the sheep's eyes right until the very end, until the time is up. Yeah, by forcing weather into sort of patterns people are used to, but it's not really working, because you've got. I mean, what do you have on the? You don't see this thing. This has been out of the media for a long time, hasn't it? It was an issue and it was in the news. I don't know when, but it's not in the media now. That's not important. More and importantly, what is in the media is absolute garbage. Yeah, climate change hysteria, Extinction Rebellion, and Greta Thunberg are just utter nonsense, basically. Okay, so this out of the media, and absolute garbage from instead. Alright, okay. Egypt in the middle. Okay, I don't know how far Egypt extends. Probably follow the cursor. Probably like, I don't know. What do you think? Like that? Yeah, I don't know. So in the middle is Egypt. Tower of Babel in Egypt. That's what caused flash frozen mammoths, right? And you have heard how there's like a giant glacier over North America. They tell you a long time ago, but you can't trust the history. It was probably a lot sooner. Right, and then it wasn't that long until the Native Americans came over through that. Was it Bolt? No, where? Oh, I can't remember what strait is it. I can't remember. This strait here, and it's like a land bridge almost. Yeah, they came across, and I guess it was all melting by then. Yeah, so not that long ago, and all the ruins and mounds in America. The Native Indians, they all say it was there when they got there. Yeah, alright, so it's all recent really, and once it all melted, then because they knew it was there, they knew America was there. Then they said let's send expeditions out to the New World. Yeah, they knew it was there. They're lying. They're trying that they were trying to go to China or India or whatever. Yeah, they knew it was there, and they knew the ice had melted from what had happened. They just keep it all hush up. Pharaonic bloodline. I mean, you even hear the stories where it was ruled from Egypt. This part, yeah, that's the only part, and when that collapsed. They sailed on, landed at Ireland, went through Ireland, and then ended up in Scotland. There's one part of the pharaonic bloodline, and so it's all more recent than what we have been told, I think. Okay, yeah, so that's it. Nothing else to say really, apart from crazy weather events. Obviously, flooding everywhere when the sun's out, really hot. Was it, the weather war going on, earthquakes, hail in like Mexico in the middle of summer, in Spain too, and in Greece today. Yeah, they killed 6 British tourists and over 100 injured. Yeah, hail. Yeah, that's the scumbags spraying us every friggin' day, and EMFing the skies, and that's I mean, after all, that's when they started. That's when it went into overdrive, because I think they realised. Yeah, they with their tinkering, they had broken creation. It just got out of control. Yeah, it just went out of control, and that's with the magnetic poles movement. Yeah, and the ramping up of this geoengineering to hide the fact of what they've done, the destroyed creation. Yeah, that's what it matches up with that, with this, isn't it? It's ramped up. The more this has moved, the more it's ramped up into such large proportion now that I'm feeling sick almost every day. They're poisoning us with the crap there, the barium and aluminium, nano dust they're putting up there, and all the EMFs they're blasting the sky with. But anyway, don't be sad. Do not fear what's to come, because it is near the end, and all that means it's the end of this world and our salvation. Okay, and with those of us who believe we have a creator and he walked the earth as Jesus. Yeah. Okay, so that's a good thing. And I just don't go with this again. They ridiculously redefined contrails, didn't they? From what 5-second dissipation of ice crystals and condensation into ice crystals. At such a high height, you wouldn't see it, would you? Because it's bollocks. Okay. They redefined that to include chemtrails. They just basically they owned chemtrails, didn't they? They took a hold of chemtrails and just said, yeah, there's no such thing as chemtrails, there's persistent contrails now. Didn't you know? It's always been that way. Yeah? They're persistent contrails, and they form grid patterns, and they come out the back of aircraft like plumes out of a volcano and form grid patterns, which eventually form into weather patterns. But it's all unintentional. We didn't know we were doing it. We didn't know. We only found out after we grounded the planes. Yeah, at 9/11. Yeah, after 9/11, we grounded it, and we noticed then that the planes are causing weather. It's bullshit. They're lying all the time. They've been up to no good for at least 150 years. They've been talking about it for at least 150 years, and for just over 100 years now, they have been doing geoengineering. They have been spraying shite. A long time now. Okay? A long time. So that's it. So ridiculously, they would like to claim a contrail, yeah? Okay, can form weather patterns, but the steam billowing out of the cooling towers, out of nuke plants, no, those couldn't possibly make weather patterns and weather systems, no. Let's see if it's going on tonight. I've shown you in the previous videos. You can see when they turn them on at night, and I can't see any tonight. It's just all chem shite tonight. Yeah, there's no billowing steam coming off nuclear power plant cooling towers tonight that I can see. It's too much. You can't see it over here this way. It's just covered. But whenever they do it, so you can tell there's not going to be any rain. Yeah, it's not going to be any rain tomorrow because there's no nuclear power plants on. Yeah, when they turn them on in France and Germany, it comes up this way. Yeah, you can watch it turn on just as it goes dark, and then 6 hours later, it's raining in the south. It's repeatable. We can watch that every time they do it. Fact, not up for debunking or discussion. That's literally what I observe every single time. Okay, so that's it. The billowing radioactive steam coming off cooling towers. No, that couldn't possibly make any weather systems. No, but persistent contrails can. That's what they are claiming. What a bunch of lying idiots. Okay, and this is a desperation move. Creation is being destroyed. It's just gone off the rails. Yeah, it's gone off the rails now. Yeah, and what they're doing is trying to hold a semblance of whether people are accustomed to, as to so they don't get clued up that it's almost the end, and then God, our Creator, won't know them because they haven't even tried to know, because they think they're on a ball, evolved monkey or whatever, and they've, like it says, this isn't an awareness channel. This is just talking to the subscribers who you this is true. So it's just for us, really, and it's probably wrong even to try and wake someone up, right? For start, they get angry and upset when you try and tell them the truth. They don't like it. So, and more importantly, you shouldn't try to wake anyone up, because you can't anyway. Because basically, all the people who wake up to these things are already on their way to waking up to. I never believed that rubbish taught in school on the ball and evolution. You just had to put up with it back in school, didn't you? You just had to pass them a test. I never fell for that bollocks. Never believed in all that crap, moon landing bollocks. Yeah, so I already was on the path. That's what I'm saying. What it is the people don't want to know their Creator. Who are, it says He sends them a delusion so that they might believe the lie. Yeah, so they take the lies or the doctrine of devils for truth. Yeah, and they reject the actual truth, and they reject their God and Creator. And I'll leave it there now. That's it. So almost time's up. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, don't be sad, don't fear. Yeah, as well. It's a good thing once it's all done with. Yeah.